The movie is about Zootopia, and it is a place where animals of different species coexist, thanks to the weather walls created by the Lynxleys. The movie opens with Judy and Nick tricking the previous town mayor, Bellwether, into giving a confession which Judy manages to record on a cassette recorder. Bellwether's capture brings the duo into the limelight, and they soon get recruited into the police force of the city. To prove themselves, they try to bust the smuggling ring of a customs officer named Anthony Snotley. They disguise themselves as parents and, as a birthday gift for their child, request Anthony to sign an autograph for the little one. An unsuspecting Anthony obliges, and Judy takes this opportunity to unlock the door of the containers containing illegal substances. But the noise alerts Anthony, and he takes off in a nearby van. Adamant on catching the perpetrator, Nick and Judy give chase in their car, and the chase creates havoc all around the city. They eventually manage to catch up to him, and Judy hits the brakes at the last moment, just before the van crashes into a parade. The van crashes into the statue of Ebenezer Lynxley, who is believed to have founded Zootopia. But astonishingly, Judy discovers snakeskin inside the van, which shakes her to the core as no snakes are found in Zootopia. Chief Bogo, furious with the destruction and insubordination, delivers an ultimatum to the duo. Either attend mandatory therapy classes for mismatched police partners with the therapy animal, Dr. Fuzby, or he will separate them as partners and bar them from all future cases. Having no other choice, the duo attend therapy classes along with other misfits, where Dr. Fuzby points out Judy's nervousness, but also adds that she is nervous because Nick is emotionally detached as an office partner. She directly calls out Nick's tendency to avoid serious emotional engagement as a key problem in their working relationship. Not willing to give up, Judy gives Nick a book about how to strengthen partnerships and requests him to give it a try. But as expected, Nick behaves casually and chills on his sofa, binge-watching his favorite episodes, while Judy anxiously answers her parents' call, lying to them that everything is going perfectly fine. Just then, her eyes fall on a TV ad where she sees a van similar to the one Anthony was driving. This reminds her of the snakeskin, and after some digging, she learns that Zootopia was once home to snakes. She finds the van about to deliver supplies to a party hosted by the Lynxleys. Judy manages to convince Nick to join forces with her in a secret investigation, in which the duo put on party dresses and attend a party hosted by Milton Lynxley, who controls the entire Zootopia, using his political connections and vast financial resources to maintain the family's reputation and power. Judy accidentally gets introduced to Paulbert Lynxley, who is the son of Milton but is an outcast, as his family considers him incapable of upholding the family legacy. Nick and Judy continue their search for the snake, but unfortunately Nick gets spotted by Chief Bogo. Just as he is being taken out of the venue, Nick spots a mysterious figure lurking above the chandelier. He manages to direct the spotlight onto it, forcing it to reveal itself. To everyone's shock, it turns out to be a pit viper. This sends the guests into panic mode, and everyone rushes out of the venue. Taking advantage of the chaos, the viper slips out, taking Milton hostage along with the Lynxley journal, locked inside a vault. Judy gives chase, but it still manages to open the vault using Milton's retina scan. She tries to mitigate the situation, but shockingly, it reveals that he is not trying to harm anyone. Out of the blue, Nick appears and knocks the snake out using a frying pan, freeing Milton. But in a shocking twist of events, just after being freed, Milton reveals his sinister plans. He wants to kill the unconscious snake and burn the journal. Being a righteous rabbit, Judy uses the nearby fireplace to set the room on fire, stopping the Lynxleys. But as reinforcements arrive, Milton manipulates the cops, painting Nick, Judy, and the snake as villains. Hence they are forced to retreat, and we see an unknown person giving a ride to the snake, and Judy takes the journal just before jumping out of the window alongside Nick. They soon get apprehended by Mr. Big, who is the underground boss of the Tundra town. His henchmen put the duo inside the trunk of his car, and they are greeted inside his house, where they learn that the journal can only be read by a reptile. Clueless, Nick and Judy ask for his help, and this is when his wife hands them the details about a reptile named Jesus, who lives in the Marsh Market. While on their way out, they are met by Nibbles Maple Stick, who gives them a lift to the Marsh Market as he knows the ins and outs of the market and also knows Jesus personally. He then takes them deep inside the Marsh Market and eventually inside the bar of Jesus.
Farther, Jesus and all the answers you'll ever...
Reptiles.
What?
Oh.
And if he offers you food, accept.
Hey, not a drink.
They greet the reptile, but in return for helping them, he makes them do this first. When asked about the journal, he reveals to them that the presence of a metal cover on the journal shows that some important information is hidden in it, and only a heat-sensing viper can decode it. Unfortunately, before they can continue their discussion, two officers arrive, and chaos ensues. Jesus runs for his life. The duo try their best to lose the cops, but this is when the snake reappears and manages to snatch the journal from Judy's grasp. It then dives into a water tube, and Nick and Judy follow. During the chase, she runs out of air, but luckily Nick comes to the rescue, saving her in the nick of time. But fortunately, find a bag left by the snake. Inside it they find a matchbox, with flowers painted on it. This is when they are met by two mountain goats, and one of them sneezes flowers at Nick, and Judy immediately finds a match between the flower painted on the matchbox and the sneezed flowers. When asked about the flowers, the goats reveal to them that the flowers can be found atop that mountain, where there exists a honeymoon lodge where snakes once thrived. The duo climb up the mountain using ropes, but Nick, casual as always, reprimands Judy's choices in the past few hours. As if that was not enough, he plays an audio recording using the carrot in which we hear Judy admitting that she is just a dumb bunny. Irritated, she tries to grab hold of it, but accidentally it falls down the cliff and breaks. This upsets Judy, and while Nick tries to apologize, he spots more cops climbing the mountain. Inside the lodge, Judy finds proof of the existence of snakes who used to live peacefully inside Zootopia. He tries to warn her, but she insists on continuing. In a heated exchange, he admits that he neither wants justice nor does he intend to become a hero. This upsets Judy even more, and she admits that they are different from each other, indirectly hinting that they should not be partners anymore. Just then, the cops attack, and the building gives way. Luckily, Pawbird and the snake come to Judy's aid and rescue her, but Nick gets captured.
They already have your partner.
A captured Nick is then taken to prison, where he is put in a cell opposite to Nibbles. There, Milton discloses his sinister plan to expand Zootopia and eradicate the Marsh Market, intending to oust the remaining reptiles living there. Meanwhile, the snake introduces himself as Gary and also lets her know that he always carries anti-venom in case of emergencies. Pawbird discloses to them that he has a secret hideout, and there, Gary can decipher the metal journal. Pawbird intends to bring the truth to the limelight and wants to clear the tarnished names of the reptiles. Hence, he is helping Gary in his mission. Meanwhile, Milton orders that his phone be tracked to know their location. In a shocking twist of events, it is revealed that Zootopia was in fact founded by Gary's great-grandmother, Agnes the Snake. She helped in creating the city's weather walls, which support different climates around the city, thus enabling different species to thrive. But she needed an investor, and Ebenezer Lynxley decided to finance the project. However, he had sinister motives. Fully knowing how much her plans were worth, he plotted to steal her plans and forged documents of ownership, showcasing himself as the owner of Zootopia. But this was witnessed by his maid, who tried to warn Agnes but was shot by Ebenezer, who framed Agnes for the death. From that day, reptiles have been evicted from Zootopia, and the entire city was engulfed by snow, making the place harsh for reptiles. But Agnes had found the original patent of ownership in the dead maid's hand and had secretly hidden it inside a music box in her home. She had drawn the location of the real patent in the Lynxley journal, and hence Gary had to steal it. Pawbird lights up the fireplace, and using the heat signatures, Gary immediately sees a drawing carved on the metal. He meticulously copies it onto a piece of paper, and we see that it is the image of Agnes's old home. But her home was buried under tons of snow, and hence Gary, Judy, and Pawbird visit the control switch to light up her old neighborhood. Unfortunately, Milton tracks Pawbird's phone and gets to know their exact location and sends the cops to apprehend the trio. On the other hand, Nick meets with Nibbles inside the jail. Nibbles is overjoyed, and in a fit of ecstasy chews a broomstick, carving a key out of it. Using this key, they escape their cells, and while exiting, Nick accidentally releases all the prisoners, leading to chaos which eventually gets them out of the prison. They are soon picked up by Flash Slothmore. His actions are unbelievably slow, but his driving is just as fast. He gives a ride to Nick and Nibbles, and on the other hand we see the town's police force chasing Gary, Judy, and Pawbird. The chase leads them through a carnival, but after Milton comes to know about their plans, he immediately orders his forces to open fire on Judy and her team. The bullet misses Judy, thanks to Flash Slothmore's insane driving skills. The team finally manages to enter the control room unharmed. Inside, They find a switch, and upon turning it on, they see a faint light shining under the snow-covered mountains. They rejoice at this sight, but to their horror, Pa Bert betrays them, injecting Judy with viper venom, paralyzing her immediately, and throws Gary out into the snow, rendering him immobile. In a shocking twist of events, he admits that he had been planning to betray them all along and intends to destroy the original patent of ownership, trying to prove himself to his father. After saying this, he takes his leave while taking Gary's antivenom. Right after that, in a smart move, Gary hugs Judy, which gives him enough warmth to fight the police forces. In the pretext of having a discussion, Pa Bert injects Nibbles with the snake venom and goes after Nick to finish him off. Nick, being a cunning fox, sees right through his facade and fights back. Gary also does his best and informs Nick to throw the anti-venom to him, which Pa Bert had stolen earlier. Nick risks his life and throws the anti-venom to Gary, who manages to revive Judy, who in turn saves Nick, while Pa Bert falls from a cliff into the snow. The friends reunite after a long time and confess each other's feelings, which were kept suppressed all this time.
You're the best thing that ever happened to me.
No one else in the world matters to me more than you do either. You're my fluffle.
Meanwhile, Mayor Brian Windancer refuses to allow the Lynxleys to carry out their ill motives and fights back, defeating the wolves in an instant. After this, Nick's team visits Agnes's neighborhood and soon finds her house, inside which she had kept the patent in a music box. Just as they are about to rejoice, Pa Bert reappears and lights the house on fire, willing to destroy the patent at any cost. But luckily, the cops appear, and this time knock out Pa Bert, after receiving orders from the mayor. The entire town congratulates them on their success, and after the revelation that Zootopia was indeed founded by Agnes the snake, everyone welcomes the reptiles to live with them inside the city. The story ends on a joyful note as Nick reconciles with his partner after gifting her a carrot recorder, similar to the one he broke earlier, and the duo embark on a new mission to capture the prisoners whom Nick had accidentally released from prison, starting with ex-mayor Bellwether. Thank you for watching. If you liked this recap, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And please don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel.